shadows of truth escape the courtroom, and when they do, someone has to drag them back into the light. The reality is, the law is neither as perfect or as fair as it's supposed to be. So I've made it my job to give those without a voice a chance to be heard.
I don't think it's a given that game cloud streaming services are here to stay. We live in a particularly interesting tech bubble where most of the big players in recent years have rolled out their own way to play games without downloading them, whether it's through Steam Remote or Cloud Play, PlayStation's Plus Premium, Xbox's Game Pass, or even Nintendo's own Switch Online. I think the technology making it all happen will be here long into the future, and will serve as the backbone of whatever technology eventually brings everything together. In the future, we'll live in an online version of the best game rental club, with everything that never closes. You just click and play, and depending on how you feel about NFTs, you can probably get a virtual pizza, too. For now, we live in a world of tall, siloed corporate towers, each offering their own version of somewhat the same thing. Cloud gaming's in its territorial acquisition phase, and the costs to run these services are high, the active user base is relatively low, and the developers are either skeptical or afraid of what a future where no one buys games and instead buys services looks like. For as much as these services open gaming to the masses who don't have fancier computers, they also devour internet bandwidth. If you've got the speed, they've got the goods, but if you're in one of the places where you don't have a solid internet connection, these services are not open to you. Anyone with a metered internet cap also needs to stay well away from cloud gaming. However, right now, for those who can get it, these services offer some of the best deals in gaming. Amazon Luna is the online retail giant's entry into the cloud gaming service market, and it feels in many ways similar to Google Stadia, which I tried a few months back and which met its official service closure this week. RIP Stadia. While Luna is also struggling to gain traction, Amazon hasn't shown a willingness to kill projects the same way Google has. Luna is available across most devices, with the notable exceptions of both PlayStation and Xbox, making the VCS one of the best ways to get Luna in your living room TV. Luna is baked into most modern Samsung TVs as well, and it's included in Amazon's Fire TV device. There's a so-called app in the VCS store to download. It's not an actual app, but is instead a hyperlink to the Luna service through Chrome, worth downloading to get to Luna quickly from the home screen. Once there, you'll need a mouse and keyboard to sign in and initially navigate, but when you open the web app version of Luna, a wired, modern, or classic controller will work to navigate and play. I wasn't able to get Luna working with a controller wirelessly. Worth mentioning, Luna's only available in the United States, although a beta's underway in Europe. Quick note, you'll encounter an error message saying a game is not compatible with your device every time you load a game, but I just continued anyway and never ran into an issue. I suspect it's due to Luna not knowing what a VCS is as a supported hardware profile. The overall experience is excellent, but the number of games is relatively small. For people with an Amazon Prime account, Luna offers just 4 games currently to play for free, and none of them are particularly good. The most important thing to remember is if you do have an Amazon Prime membership, you've got a rotating selection of 4 free games to play each month on your VCS. The rest is largely gated behind a Luna Plus membership, which costs $10 a month and unlocks access to about 200 games. However, that number includes games in retro collections like the Capcom Arcade Stadium. What Luna Plus doesn't unlock is 2 additional services, a Jackbox Party subscription for $5 a month, and an inexplicably expensive Ubisoft subscription for $18 per month. For Ubisoft superfans only, I guess, although even then it only seemed to offer about 40 titles. The Luna Plus subscription itself is a great deal. If you think about how far $20 in quarters got you in an arcade in the 1980s, then compare it to the hours of gaming you could get in over 2 months on Luna, it's an incredible bargain. Of particular interest is the retro game collections, including the aforementioned Capcom, in addition to the Castlevania collection, a handful of Atari arcade titles, and Data East classics.
Idiot! Don't come! You better
If nothing else, Luna Plus is a great way to play the classic 80s Laserdisc games, Dragon's Lair 1, 2, and Space Ace on your VCS. Luna offers quite a few modern gaming experiences, although their overall catalog is lacking in bigger new name releases. There are plenty of good games, though, covering all major genres, along with some interesting and more experimental indies. How well cloud gaming works still feels like a technological miracle. I didn't have any complaints about the way the games themselves streamed. There are still load times, and the overall experience was a bit similar to playing modern games on a PlayStation 4. I liked when you press the controller's Fuji button, you get a quick pop-up menu that allows you to exit the game and access some options. Luna allows you to create your own playlist to make it easier to start your favorites, and the service supports a wide variety of controllers. I liked using my DualShock 4 through the VCS as the touchpad worked for mouse control. I was also pleasantly surprised to find the Classic controller worked without twist support, but the Classic's an excellent way to play Laserdisc and retro games. Amazon owns Curse, which owns Twitch, and they've leveraged that ownership by embedding live streaming to Twitch directly into Luna. This is currently one of the only ways to live stream and game simultaneously using only your VCS, and that may be enough for some people to subscribe. You even have access to chat while streaming. I had a bit of trouble during setup, but a quick refresh got things working without issues streaming in 1080p 30. While I've run out of USB ports on my VCS and didn't actually try it, Luna claims to support USB cameras and microphones, which could allow for a full livestream broadcast through your VCS to Twitch. Although Luna Plus doesn't have the biggest game lineup, it has an excellent catalog that shouldn't be missed. Google Stadia was actually pretty great while it was here, and while Luna's here, VCS owners can use it to access all sorts of modern and retro games that either aren't available or wouldn't run natively on the VCS. Luna might also be the answer for what to do while waiting for games to get released in the VCS store. Don't sleep on cloud gaming on the VCS. Access to a wide variety of cloud game streaming services, whether through Chrome or not, is something other consoles just don't do, and it's a good way to expand your gaming quickly, easily, and inexpensively. Luna currently offers a 7-day free trial after you enter your billing information, and you can cancel before you get charged. I intend to give it at least a month, as I found several modern games I want to dig into, including many of the more modern games seen in this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be looking at more cloud gaming in the coming weeks, along with anything else that gets released. Liking spreads the word about the channel, and subscribing is the best way to help. Have fun!